Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name is Adonis. Today I'm going to be doing a love coming spread for all of my Leos out there for the week of July 14th to the 20th. So this is from July 14th to the 20th. For all of my Leos out there, we're going to see what kind of love is coming towards you during that week. So without any further ado, let's jump right in. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter. Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see for all of my Leos out there. Show me cards I need to see for all my Leos out there. What kind of love is coming towards them the week of July 14th to July 20th. Okay. Okay, right off the bat here, we got the Two of Pentacles, which tells me that right now the love that's coming towards you, the person that's coming towards you rather at this point, is doing a little bit of a juggling act here. They're doing the juggling act, trying to possibly balance things in their personal life with possible romance. So they're trying to get a good work-life balance thing going here. However, we have the Four of Wands. They're definitely looking for a long-term commitment, possible marriage in the future. So that's something to keep your eyes out open for. We have the Knight of Wands energy here. Now that is a fire sign energy. That is Leo, Aries, Sagittarius energy. That is a very explosive type of explosive energy when it comes in terms of passion and so forth. So this individual is trying to balance, trying to get like a good work-life balance thing going on here. Looking towards maybe a long-term relationship, possible marriage, but they're also, they're rapidly approaching the situation because it seems like. Also, we got the Five of Cups energy here. They're looking kind of looking back in regret on some things that happened, and maybe some missed opportunities is what I'm feeling here. Some missed opportunities where they were a little hesitant, and they feel as though that kind of cost them possibly a good relationship. So they want to be a little bit more. They're kind of being a little bit more emotionally invested at this point. In addition, here we have the High Priestess, which means that they're using their intuition. So they're doing a lot of soul searching, a lot of thinking, a lot of contemplating, and they've come to the conclusion that they're looking for something possible, something traditional, long-term possible marriage, as we were saying before with the Four of Wands, possibly a marriage type situation they're looking to explore here. Now, again, as I said, we got the Seven of Wands here, which represents sneaky behavior. Now, this sense of this sneaky behavior here could possibly have been whom they were dealing with, and or possibly the sneaky behavior possibly could have come from them. And as a result of that, like I said, that cost them possibly a good relationship because of their own sneaky behavior, and or the sneaky behavior that was the thing that was done to them. So either they were engaging in something sneaky, or someone was engaging with something sneaky with them. That's what caused them to kind of look back and regret and say, you know what, from henceforth, I'm ready to kind of lock it down a little bit. Look for something a little bit more solid, a little bit more serious, a little bit more long term. In addition, here we have the Two of Swords energy here. So that tells me that, hey, listen, they do have choices. You're definitely in their line of sight, but so is someone else. So just keep that in mind here. In addition, here finally we have the Ten of Pentacles, which means finances pertaining to family, concentrating on family when it comes in terms of money. So they're definitely looking for some type of legacy situation here, which is good when you want to. As far as mates, as far as a potential mate goes. When you get to like the Hierophant, the thing about tradition, also thinking about matters of money, of family, those sort of things. That's the mindset and thoughts of an individual that's looking for the long haul, looking for the long term, looking to establish something solid, thinking about legacy, possible children in the future, really thinking about building a solid foundation with someone moving forward. So those are some pretty good cards. In the ending, there's some pretty good cards to get. I'm not so sure how I feel about the Seven of Swords here, which represents sneaky behavior. Again, like I said, I don't know if it was them or if it was done to them, but if it was them, it looks like they pretty much have decided that wasn't the right route for them, and they pretty much have their clarity there, so they're looking for something long term at this point. So with that being said, let's see what kind of strengths that all my Leos are going to be working with during this time. Some rising Venus Jupiter, some rising Venus Jupiter. So many cards I need to see. So many cards I need to see for all of my Leos out there. What kind of strengths are my Leos are going to be working with around this time? What kind of strengths are all my Leos going to be working with around this time? So many rising Venus Jupiter, so many rising Venus Jupiter. So many cards I need to see. So many cards I need to see for all my Leos out there. What kind of strengths are they going to be working with around this time? Ooh. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. So right off the bat here we got the Lovers. So that's telling me the strength you possess here in this particular situation is you're possibly looking for a twin soul flame connection here. You're looking for someone you can connect with on multiple levels, spiritual, physical, psychologically, someone that you work with in harmony here. So that's where your mindset is. In addition, here we got the Sun card, which means you're looking for material happiness, possibly abundance here. So you're really looking to have a real connection with someone, possibly a twin soul flame connection, someone, and to bring happiness and joy into your life. Finally, here we got the World card, meaning the completion, making whole, and integration. So you have all of these cards, you put all this together here, you're looking for someone that completes, someone that really completes you, that makes you a whole, that's the other half of your whole. So that's what you're looking at, and all those things, those are all of your strengths going into this situation. Now, we got the five of Wands here, which means that in the context of this, there's a tension, fighting, chaos, and that being a positive attribute says to me that, or strength rather, says to me that you're not afraid to fight for what you want. You're not afraid to fight for what you want. If this is something, if this individual is something that if you guys have chemistry, then you're not afraid to fight for it. In addition here, Three of Wands. Another strength you have is you have the Three of Wands here. So there's possibly this person, but you put some fillers out there as well. And you're looking on the horizon, waiting to see what comes your way. This is maybe one of those. This may be one of those things you put out there, fillers you put out there on the horizon, and you're waiting to see what comes over the horizon. You're waiting for your ships to come, in other words. And this could possibly be one of the individuals in which you've put some fillers out there for, and now it's where we're going to see exactly if it's going to pay off or not. In addition, here we got the Hangman card, and that means to me another one of your strengths here is you're not afraid to pump the brakes and stop this thing if it looks like it's going in some crazy direction. So that's also a positive a strength that you have. In addition here, however, you are willing to take a leap of faith. You're willing to take a leap of faith and say, hey, you know what? With all that being said, I'm willing to take this leap of faith to see how this thing turns out. So you're willing to wear your heart on your sleeve if need be. If you think it's gonna, if you think it could possibly be beneficial. Now, you got the Nine of Wands here. That doesn't mean, however, that even though you take that leap of faith, you're not afraid to do it. That you're not gonna be a little bit. You're not gonna watch your back. You're not gonna kind of look over your shoulder a little bit because you're gonna be a little bit anxious, naturally. Like I said, you're not afraid to do it, but you're human. So you're willing to do it, but you're gonna you're still going to be a little apprehensive, you know, because you want to work out the way that you want to work out. So you're kind of looking over your back, you know, kind of making sure nothing's sneaking up on you there. And finally here we got the Ace of Pentacles, and that means that, you know, one of your biggest strengths here, like I said, this is Ace of Pentacles, which is an earth sign energy here, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. You're not afraid to take on this, to take this opportunity if it presents itself. So you are like, you know, you're dead set, you're dead focused in on this. If this turns out to be something that could definitely be positive, you're not afraid to take this thing on and try to see where it goes here. So that's very good to see. So let's see what kind of things from your past, what things from your past could possibly affect the outcome of this situation presently. Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter. Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter. Sun, rising, Venus, Jupiter. Show me cards I need to see. Show me cards I need to see. Interesting. So what could affect, we got the Empress here, which means abundance, fertility, true love. So what could definitely affect the outcome of this situation here from your past is that you know, quite possibly in your past you have you know, you were looking for true love and abundance and happiness and so forth, and you know, it didn't really happen, and you know, that's something that could definitely affect the outcome of this, because you want something that's going to be you want something that's going to be passionate, that's going to be some passion there, there's going to be some love there, possibly fertility, possibly maybe some kids or something like that. So in the past you didn't get that, but that's exactly what you're looking for now. In addition, we have the Seven of Pentacles here. And like I said, some past, you put some things out there, which is what this is probably is. You put some things out there in the past, you know, and just see if they were going to bear any fruit. And, you know, what could definitely affect the outcome of the situation for you, hey, if this thing ends up bearing fruit, that's definitely something that could turn things for the positive for you. Also, we got the High Priestess. And possibly in the past, you didn't really use your intuition. Maybe things were kind of going in a really weird direction, and you didn't use a lot of intuition to kind of help guide you through the process there. And this particular time, you decided to use your intuition to possibly get a better result. In addition, here we got the Two of Swords, and this Two of Swords says to me that also possibly in the past you didn't have options, but you do now. Okay, and you know, as I stated with the Three of Wands, there's definitely some options here. Also, in addition, here we have the Ten of Pentacles, which is also represents family, legacy, that sort of thing, and a possibility those options did not exist before when you were looking for a loving, abundant situation here. So that is definitely something this time around that that you're looking for, something solid, something long-term, possibly legacy here as well. And finally, here we have the Four of Wands. And again, as I mentioned several times before, as far as the love and the marriage aspect of this whole situation here, Four of Wands, you're definitely looking to have something long-term, a solid foundation, something that's going to be in a realm of department that's going to last a while. So it's not going to be a fly-by-night situation. You're looking for something solid, and as before in the past, that definitely was an issue, and now you are you're a little wiser, a little older, a little wiser, and those are the type of things that you want in your life. So let's see what kind of, let's just see if the spirits have any additional information they want to bestow upon us before I shut this thing down here. Spirits, is there any additional information you want to bestow, but you want to give to my Leos before I shut this thing down? Please show me. Okay, so right off the bat here, surface. Spirit wants you to know that, again, as I've said many times before, a lot of times what you see of an individual is not who they are. A lot of times it's just a surface face here. It's just a surface, and there's something that lies beneath. Make sure when you're dealing with individuals, no matter who they are, Spirit wants to say here that, hey, listen, get to know the inner person. Get to know who they really are, because that's the best way to really make a relationship have legs and move forward. So that's I can't stress that enough. There are a lot of people out here that wear a face to protect themselves. And, once they feel safe, they'll kind of let their guard down and let the other person in. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer than we would like to really get to know people. But sometimes, again, there are a lot of there's a lot of drama out here. And sometimes people have to put on the game face just to make it to the next day. So that's completely understandable. In addition here, perspective. Keep things into perspective with this situation, with this individual. Like I said, they're juggling multiple things at the same time. Put things in perspective. Again, it's possible. It may take a little while. It may take some time to get to know this person. It may get some time for you to know them. Again, surface. So it may take some time to get to know who the real them are, who they really are, rather. It's going to take time. So put things in perspective. Sometimes, sometimes anything worth having takes a little bit of time. And finally, here we have patterns. So, in terms of patterns, we all develop patterns that are not exactly healthy for us when we're pursuing things. Survival techniques, so to speak. So again, even for yourself, break the patterns of behavior that aren't going to be advantageous to you moving forward. If there's the real love connection between you and this individual, any kind of bad patterns that you had, you may want to put them to the side here to kind of move forward with this particular love interest here. And also vice versa with them too. Also, then again, there also could be patterns of behavior that are positive. So anything that's positive, that's working for you, you definitely want to keep. But bad patterns of behavior, they just have no room in the development of who we become. So the Spirit definitely wants you to know that. So with all that being said, before I shut this thing down here, guys, hopefully this resonated with you. If it did not, please feel free to get a reading with me. I'll leave the link below. My name is Adonis. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.